All right, hello, writing pals. So today I'm going to be doing the Authortube Noob Tag or Authortube Newbie Tag. I've been on Authortube for a hot minute, and by a hot minute, probably just over a month, maybe 2 months now. That's exciting. And I stumbled across the tag, and I was like, hey, I'm a noob. I'm almost an author. I should do this. So I've got the list of questions here on my phone. Uh, and we're gonna get started. I'm gonna do the best to keep the back of my phone hidden because I've got my cards here. The first question is, how did you find out about Authortube? So as a writer, I spent a lot of time on YouTube watching videos about writing. I think the first author tuber I came across was Jenna Moresi or Alexa Dunn, two YouTubers whose advice I really like. I like the personalities, and I think they're really fun. So those are the two people that I stumbled across that introduced me to Authortube. And question number 2 is, what genres do you write in? I think I exclusively write in fantasy. Also exclusively write high fantasy right now, but I would love to maybe write some low fantasy someday. Maybe contemporary fantasy, although I'm not the biggest fan of contemporary. When I read, I prefer to feel like I've been transported to a new world, and that's why I love fantasy. What is your preferred writing tense, point of view, and category of story? That's a lot of questions in one question. So my preferred writing tense, I switch tenses a lot. That's one of my weaknesses as a writer that I'm working on. Working on. I think I write a lot in past tense. I think that's just what I do. My point of view wise, I think I like writing in third deep most, though I don't mind just regular third person. I don't think I'll write in first person, but at the same time, I'm not opposed to it. It's just not something I do right now. So right now I write in past tense, third person, deep. And category of story, I write anywhere between YA, NA, and adult. So I think I would traditional publishing wise, I think I would categorize myself as YA with crossover potential. Indie publishing, I would be NA, I would be new adult. Because, that's my age. Those are the kind of characters I want to read about. It's the kind of content I want to read about. I think NA gets a really bad rep, or it did get a really bad rep for being a very sexual genre, and that's not what I write, and that's not what a lot of people nowadays who publish in NA write. So I'd love to see NA really take off. Are you a plotter, pantster, or plantster? I'm a plantster, full on. I have an outline. I think I've talked about this, I think, in my, I don't remember what video it was, but I give myself main points that need to happen. I'll have point A, F, M, and Z, and whatever happens in between doesn't really matter if I get back to those points. I find it really bites me in the butt because I want to be a planner. I want to be a strict outliner. I love the idea of it, of just knowing what you're writing before you write it and sticking to it and not having the struggles I have being a planster, because when I start pantsing, just like if someone pantsed me in public, it gets awkward. Number 5. I don't think I've been saying the numbers. Oops. Number 5. Are you a self-published, published, or yet are you yeah, I read that right. Are you a self-published, published, or yet to be published? There should be the word author in there if they're going to use the word a. I am planning on self-publishing. I am hopefully going to have a book out later this year. Kind of talked about it a little bit in my editing video, my Edit With Me vlog. But yeah, I have 2 books in the work. One is finished. It's going into its 3rd draft stage, and one is a little over halfway done with its 0 draft, its dirty draft. All right, number 6. What publishing company, literary agent, and/or printing company are you represented by or use? If not yet published, what is your dream publishing house and/or literary agent? I'm planning on self-publishing through Ingram Spark. Yeah. I don't know. I guess if I had a dream of being a traditionally published author and I had to pick one of those the big five, maybe HarperCollins, I don't know. Penguin Random House. Penguin is also owned by Lightning, who owns Ingram, so maybe I'm already halfway there. Number 7, what Authortube related videos can we expect to find on your channel? Well, on my channel you are sure to find fun bookish and writing content, so you should subscribe. I try to upload twice a week. I make a lot of videos talking about the things I'm learning about writing, things I've learned about writing, and how I'm doing editing-wise. Like, number 8, when did you start writing? I've always written stories. I have composition notebooks throughout school of half-written stories. Never really did finish one until middle school or high school. Yeah. But I've always loved writing. I've always loved telling stories. I'm from a big family, and I have family members who are also writers, both who are older than me and also my age. Writing is a big thing that my family loves. So I've always been around books and around writing, and it's just always been something I've loved. Number 9, what was the first story you ever wrote? Probably like the first one I can remember, like seriously writing, was in middle school. Called it the Yellow Book Story because I wrote it in a yellow composition notebook, and it was about a girl who, I still have it. I should read it sometime. It'd be the most embarrassing thing in the world. It was about a girl who grew up as a maid in a castle, and I think she slowly falls in love with the prince, but also wants to escape the castle because she wants her freedom. But she likes being there because she's friends with the prince because they were around the same age, and things like that. So it's kind of like she's trapped there, but she's kind of happy trapped there, but she also wants to leave. Number 10, what authors have inspired your writing the most? What authors have inspired me? A.G. Howard. I loved her books in high school. I still love them. I need to read more of them. Her books are what really got me back into the writing scene. I read a lot. I never stopped reading, but I feel like I had a period of time, like mainly in middle school, I think, where I was almost just exclusively reading fan fiction, which isn't a bad thing. I love reading fan fiction. I still read fan fiction. I just hadn't found books that were for me. Things that interested... My cat's trying to find his treat bag. I hid it somewhere. I don't even know where I put it. Oh, it's right there. He's sad. Yes, her books really inspired me that I could tell the stories that I wanted to tell. That books didn't exclusively have to be about certain topics or written a certain way. That you can do whatever you want. And that really inspired me. Maria V. Snyder, her book Poison Study, is my favorite book and has been for many, many, many years. And that also is very inspiring just because I love reading it. It makes me happy. Number 11, do you schedule your writing sessions or simply get to writing whenever you find the time? I think it's the same with the planning, pantsing, or plansting. I sometimes plan, I sometimes don't. I do a combination of both. I don't know if that makes sense, but don't worry, it doesn't make sense to me either. And number 12, do you type on a computer, typewriter, or write everything out by hand and or use a blend of those? And where do you write in general? I write primarily on my computer. I do all my story writing on the computer. Let me emphasize that. I write in Google Docs, and I also have Scrivener. So I use them both. Like I said, I also do some handwriting. And I have one right here. I write down all my thoughts and ideas and basic outlines in a notebook. Each book I've ever written, which is 2 right now, has their own book. And this is the book for the first book in the Binding series. I write out my thoughts on who the characters are, unbreakable rules, just little facts. It's almost like an info dump, which I do have an info dump document. And I also have a sandbox document. I'll talk about this sometime. That'd actually be a really fun topic. But yes, I do a lot of my planning and plotting and world building in a physical notebook because I find that writing it down makes me a lot more creative. And then I do all my story typing on my computer. And then last question, what are you most looking forward to now that you are a part of Authortube? I look forward to capturing my journey through videos looking back at what, you know, early 2020s Xana was like compared to later my journey towards publishing my books, having those memories. I also look forward to making friends here, and I also look forward to maybe helping and inspiring other people who want to write, who want to be an author but don't think that they can, because that was definitely like fears I had, before I made my big switch, was, can I do this? And the answer is yes. If you put in enough work, if you try, I think we can push ourselves to do anything that we want to. Yeah. So that is the newbie author tube tag. I don't think I'll throw out I tag everyone who watches this, but if you watch this and you want to start your own Authortube channel, I say go for it. There's no time like the present to do something. You can't do it in the past, and you can certainly plan to do it in the future, but are you actually going to do it? So you may as well just do it now. Go for it! You can like and subscribe and ring the bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. Like I said earlier, I upload 2 times a week with fun bookish and writing content. You can also follow me on all of my socials. I encourage it. Go ahead and stalk me. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at XannasBooks. And I hope that you've had a wonderful day with me here today. And I'll see you next time. Bye!